Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And this is Sheep. And today I'm going to solve the problem 169 from LeetCode Majority Element. This is part of the top interview 150 study plan provided by LeetCode, and it's an easy problem. So let's do it. Given an array nums of size n, return the majority element. The majority element is the element that appears more than half the times, more than divided by 2 times, and we may assume that the majority element always exists in the array. Now let's look at the two short examples over here. We see that 3 appears 2 times, which is more than 3 minus 3 divided by 2. I keep messing up minus and divided. And so that means 3 is the majority element. And the same goes here. 2 appears 4 times, which is more than half of 7 divided by 2. So that means 2 is the majority element. And if we look at our constraints, we can see that our nums is pretty big, so we cannot use an array because it might cause an overflow, so we can use a hash map. But there are actually two ways to approach this. The first one would be to sort no, the first one would be to sort the array, our given array over here, so that the elements with the same values would stand side by side to each other. So that means we can run. Uh, so that means we can either run from the first element to an element where the shift would happen, a change in elements would happen, and we check if the index is past the half point or not. If it has passed the half point, it means that element is the majority element. There's a simpler way, but let's do the simple way first. Size I plus plus. Okay. Now, if nums I equals nums I minus 1, oops, yeah, so because there's minus 1, we would do that, and we should also get an answer, which is the first element of the array. If this happens and I is currently more than nums size divided by 2 minus 1, because our array starts at index 0, then our answer would be nums I. There we go. And we would break from the iteration, and we would return ans. Now let's see if this works. Perfect. Now let's submit it. All right. So as you can see, this is pretty slow, right? So a second way would be just to locate the half point, right? So we can say our ans is n minus 2. That's it. Let's see if that works, and then return ans. Forgot nums is undefined because it should be num size. Yeah, let's do it again. Sorry for that. Yeah, so let's submit the code. And it works. And it is a bit quicker. Now, our third approach would be not to use sort, but actually just to run from the beginning to end of the array. Let's go back to the description over here. Would run from the beginning to end of the array, but we would use a hash map, right? Right. So we would do this. So our element, nums I, our counter for each element would increase, and if that value, that counter is larger than nums size times 2 minus 1. Oh, we don't need the minus 1 because we are not dealing with indexes here. Then we would set our answer to nums I, and we would break. So we should get in ans here, say num0, and then we would return answer. Let's see if this works. Yep, that works. So let's submit it. Boom. Uh, oh, this. So we don't use sorting, but map is still pretty slow, surprisingly. Let me submit it again to see if there's a difference. Sometimes there is. Yeah, it's pretty spontaneous. But anyway, that is what happens. And those are three approaches, each of them pretty concise and pretty easy to understand. If you have any problem, you can comment down below and I will explain to you as best as I could. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, see you guys next time in the next video. Bye.